everybody. Welcome to Nine's Corner. I hope you're doing well, you're feeling well, and boy, oh boy, there has been so much news coming out. So, thank you to everybody who's liked and subscribed and all that good stuff. And I did read everybody's comments, and I had a number of comments that came out from Texas. And I thought, yep, I'm going to do Texas because here we have Donald Trump coming out and saying, you know what? Even though I don't have jurisdiction to tell you so, go to your places of worship. And then you have Governor Abbott in Texas who is towing the Trump line. So, I would love to put it out there. I would love to see Trump and Abbott in their place of worship. I'd like to see them actually do what they're asking everybody else to do. Because all the news that's been coming out, it really comes down to those who have and those who do not. It's like they're wiping out the middle class completely, and they're doing it without shame. That's why I have to look into Texas. I'm going to look into McConnell and Elaine Chao. So I am going to just maybe do a question or two about the children on the border, considering I'm doing Texas. But I will tell you that emotionally, that is extremely difficult to do, because you have to think that any child, you know what? No, let's go back and think about if you were the mother, the father, the brother, the sister of that child that was caged at the border. And I mean, picture those cages were wrapped in the American flag. And they're looking up at this flag. They're being taken away from anybody they know, be it their mother, their father, or whoever they were with. And they're gone wherever. And their parents are home wondering, is my child being read a story and being kissed goodnight? Or is my child being hit with a book and being kissed tonight? I mean, how we treat the least of our brothers is a reflection of how we are as a society. Even if you're not religious, there's a lot of things that come from the Bible and come from all different sources of faith that are just basic good human logic that we should live by. And just as a mother would say, I'm only as happy as my unhappiest child, what are we doing? Like, I'm watching all these stories come out of Canada about how poorly, especially in Quebec with the old age homes. You're hearing about it throughout all the countries. And, here, I mean, I worked in home care. I took care of the elderly. I took my job seriously, and I saw, families being torn apart by it. I saw families that turned to faith and love for it. I mean, I saw all aspects of it, but never once did I see it as not being important. And right now, it's like we're being asked as a society to look and say, is this important? If by 65, 70, are you no longer important? Can you imagine in New York, because of the overflow at the hospital, they said, look, we had to take the elderly patients, put them into the old age homes. There was nothing we could do. There's nobody responsible. Good enough. So let's change that narrative. Imagine if it was a daycare and there was a child that had chickenpox, and they were like, oh, same scenario. It was this big thing that was happening all over the world. And instead of isolating that child or putting her on the boat that was there for the coronavirus, they put him into the daycare with the other children. There would be people on the street saying, no way, no how. But yet, it's heartbreaking. So, we're all here. We all come into this experience of being human with every right to have whatever that experience is. And the fact that we are devaluing ourselves, devaluing our fellow person, I really think we need to find some empathy, find some sympathy, even for the people that you disagree with. Find something. Find something that you can have in common, because there's so much unkindness going around in the world that we need to change the narrative into one where, yes, the least of our brothers is what's most important, and build ourselves and our government up to represent that. And goodness, I know, I'm just like going on and on. So, all right, Texas, let's have a look. I want to look into, I'm just going to pull 3 cards because I'm trying to like not have an opinion. Let's just look and see what the cards are going to say about health, about the economy, and what the future outcome is going to be. So basically, if the energies don't change, if nothing changes and things keep going the way that they are going, this would be the outcome. So let's try to have a look and see what is the health, what is the economy, and what will be the outcome. Okay. So for health, we have the Hermit. So, you know what? There's going to be tests. There's going to be problems. For those who take it seriously and they do their social distancing and they, try to work from home if you can. If you can't, do all the masks and all that, you will fare okay. But there's going to be a lot of problems with health. But the Hermit is a good card because it means that there's some solution already being lit up, and that this will end positively. So when I say that, I mean in the sense that I'm not, that's not good. There's going to be loss. There's going to be issues. But for those who try to do as the doctors say, you will be okay or you will fare better. But for those who just, listen to Abbott and just say, yeah, we're going to go out there, they're going to have problems. There's going to be problems with testings, and there's going to be illness. But this is a card where the end result will be okay. There's already some light being shown on some therapies and things. So vitamin D. So for finances, we have the Lover's card. So there's going to be problems. There's going to be issues. There's going to have to be sacrifices. It's almost like you're going to be feeling the brunt of it just like everybody else, but you'll almost always have enough to kind of cover. So there's going to be sacrifices, there's going to be issues, and it's going to be problematic, but it's almost like you'll always have that coverage. And the end result is the 10 of Wands. So, Texas, for all the problems, for all the issues, you are going to be able to fight through. The end result will be that you will find the stamina as a people. You will, through either doing it because you're cautious or doing it because you're going to learn your lesson, you will find the fortitude to walk through and get to the other side. You will be okay. Okay? So let's have a look. Let's have a look at the border children. Let's just, for one, you know what? As difficult as a subject that is, it's important for us to put it out there and to keep reminding ourselves of it, because there's so much going on in the world that there's so many important issues that are being pushed to the wayside. And the children and how they've been affected should not be something that we should try to cover up It's something that we should pull the lid off and see. So guys, I don't want to look at what's happening now, because good, bad, it matters not. They're not with their family. So let's just look and see, how is this going to affect the U.S. in the future? And how will the children that have been separated, because I mean, think about it, some of them will be old enough to know that it happened, but if you're a baby and you come and all of a sudden you learn whatever language of the family that you're adopted into, you may live your whole life never knowing that you were a part of this situation. Like, it's going to be such a big deal in 15 or 20 years. And I mean, I'm not even going to touch the trauma. Like, Okay, so let's have a look. Will the government be held accountable and responsible for their actions against the children? Let's have a look and see, what are the energies towards that? Will there come a day where some justice will come for the children? So we have the High Priestess. There's a lot of secrets here, guys. It's like the problem is so taboo and it's such a scary thing, and there's like this air of just people not wanting to take the lid off that pot. They're too scared. There's secrets here. There has been bonding. There has been deals made. These children were done wrong. These children were sacrificed in the sense that they're immigrants, they're brown, they're the boogeyman, they're what's causing all our problems. And yet nobody is taken to the street to say, oh, no, 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 no. This is going to be a huge problem. It's going to come out. It is bound by secrets, and we're not going to ever find out everything because it's bigger than just a small group of people. This was a huge sacrifice. I'm not seeing justice. I'm seeing secrets. I'm seeing sacrifice. I'm seeing deals. Will we get to the point where we look at this? It almost feels like there's a cover-up from the very top, which is really sick. I think that those in power, those that are there, they are doing everything they can to cover this up, to destroy any information, to nullify it to the best of their ability. And I think because there's so much going on, it's going to be kept on the back burner. That's the energies that are flowing right now. There's not enough focus on it, and there's not really enough people willing to focus on it for whatever reason. And guys, I can't keep reading it. It's just, it's too much. It's too sad, and I just don't want to do it anymore. So I apologize. Nope, we're not going to do that. So we're going to clear the cards, clear our thoughts. It's too much. So let's look at Mitch McConnell and his wife, Elaine Chao. So I was doing research on Mitch McConnell, and I was really confused because in the 70s, supposedly he was this real Democratic leading kind of guy. He was pro-choice, pro-women, pro-everything. And then as the 70s turned into the 80s and he realized he couldn't get in being that person, then he started to get much more conservative. And then by 2017, the old guy who would, the old, McConnell, who did think healthcare was a right, decided, nope, healthcare is not a right. And he has literally pushed through hundreds of Republican judges because his overall want is to be known as the Republican who got in all the Republican judges, because he knows that the Democratic Party is going to take out Trump. It's not going to look pretty. I don't know if Trump is going to go easily. I told you I really believe that that chunk of time during the election and leading up to the election is going to be a circus. So let's have a look. Let's have a look into Mitch McConnell. Let's have a look at his overall, what's happening with him now. And let's have a look at what the energies are flowing in. I'm going to look at him and Elaine separately because they're both just too big on their own to not do that. So let's look at Mitch McConnell first. His overall. Ooh. Mitch McConnell. Okay. The overall is mind games and hostility. So this is a man who's extremely frustrated. This is a man who's on a mission and he will do it and he doesn't care who he hurts in the process. He is the King of Wands. He is the conservative that he wants to be known in the history books as the one who put in all those judges, that he was the conservative of conservatives. But boy, he is going to have a huge tower moment. Do you not see how many times the tower is coming up? This year of 2020 is going to be a year of secrets revealed, and you're just not going to get away with the BS. And McConnell, you are up. You are going to be falling into some huge trouble. Now, I will say, unhappily, his end card looks like he's going to go through a lot of hassle. It's going to be a lot of destruction happening to him and his home. So Elaine Chao, I'm going to be interested to see what your reading is going to come up. But I believe that this card is showing that even he is thinking, oh no, I'm going to get myself in some big trouble. But I think he's going to get out of it. Somehow, some way, he's going to maneuver so that he'll end up being smaller than what he was, but he's going to be able to hold on. Ugh. That's just awful. Why would he get to hold on? Let's have a look. Why is he getting to hold on? Does he, what? Why does he not see any justice? Well, I mean, he has the tower, so he's going to have a hard time of it. But the end card, if all the energies stay the same and nothing changes, it looks like he's going to have a little reprise. Let's see why. Money, 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 must be funny. It's a rich man's world. So guys, he and his wife's father, from what I've been told and what I've looked at, he was a shipping magnate, so they have more money than they need to worry about any of this. So it's almost like he's going to have a tower moment. Things are going to fall apart. There's going to be a lot of looking into this situation, but I think because he is he's part of that 1%, right now, unless things change, he looks like he's going to have a hard time, but get away with it. But he's going to lose, because when you look at that card, the the man is in clothes that's too big for him. So that shows that he's going to be belittled. He's going to be made smaller. So let's look at the overall for Elaine Chao and what her future is looking like. Because if he's got the Tower, she's got to have some issues coming up too. Let's have a look. Well, there is going to be lots of news coming out. There's going to be lots of communications coming out. There is going to be a lot of intense looking at her and investigation. And one of the things when I was looking at her and McConnell, like it was saying that she was streamlining federal grants into Kentucky to shore up McConnell's ability to get voted back in. So like, how is that not looked at? How do they just put the blinders on and, not see it? And then I'm reading about her, and she was the Secretary of Labor or something like that under Bush. And it seems like a lot of these people that are big players that are in trouble. And she was on the board of that Fargo bank that had all that trouble. So I am telling you, she's got the Queen of Swords. There's going to be an investigation, but I am telling you, the vibe that I'm getting from this woman, Elaine Chao, and I mean, I don't know her, obviously, but she is one cold, unemotional fish. There is this, usually you get a feeling, you get a good feeling, you get a bad feeling. But with her, it's almost like it's just ice. There's nothing to it. Ay, ay, ay. She is seriously going to have to look at leaving her job. She is going to be investigated, looked at, talked about. They're not going to be able to just, sweep it underneath the carpet. It's going to come out, and you watch. She's going to leave her job because the end result is temperance. So you're looking at somebody who's going to be looking at the situation, weighing it out, and kind of saying, is this worth it? And if you look at temperance, for anybody who's trying to learn anything about tarot, the temperance is a 1 and a 4, which is a 5. So 5 is change. That's why I'm saying I think she's going to change jobs. She's probably going to leave, whether that be of her own accord or not. I'm thinking she's going to be in charge of like looking at the situation and knowing that's tempered out, because the temperance is a 14, which is a 5, which is change, but it's a 1 and a 4. 1 is about the self and 4 is about stability. So I think she's probably going to end up leaving her job. So I'd like to find out, because I was doing research on her and stuff, and they were showing that as the secretary under Trump, that she has her father there with her, kind of almost like looking like he works with her or for her or gaining, interest in him. And he's like this big shipping magnet. So I thought there was rumors about the shipping companies maybe not being completely legit or taking things across that they shouldn't. So I thought, let's just have a look and peek and see, was the shipping company, were they above board, or did they transport drugs or things that they shouldn't have? Let's have a look. I'm interested because, she's got quite the story. Come on now. So, You know what? If they're involved with all that kind of stuff, you're going to see a lot of this being covered up because there's just way too many players. This is drugs, addiction. I bet you any money when you follow the money, you will find out. Oh, these people, these are a nasty group. Like, you know what? This is not a bad thing because 2020 is the year in which we get to find out what's what. And we've got to be willing and able and strong enough to face the truth and know that, you know what? It's going to be okay. We're going to get through this and it's going to be something even better on the other side. So, you know what? Maybe it's good all this is coming out. Maybe they won't all get their just desserts in this lifetime, but they will eventually. So, another interesting reading, guys. Thank you so much for your time. I am hoping that you all have good health. And till next time, take care. Oh, and wishing you light for your darkness. I almost forgot. All right, guys.